Hi everyone! In this video I want to show you one of the most exciting updates from Notion 3.0, database page level security. You do need to be on the business plan to use it, but I'll walk you through what's possible so you can see the value before upgrading. What this feature allows you to do is share only specific rows of a database with someone, maybe a client or a freelancer you're working with, without giving them access to the entire database. For this demo, I'm using a very simple task database with just 3 tasks: task 1, task 2 and task 3. And just a quick note, I'm working inside the database page itself, not a view of the database. So let's say I want to share only task 1 and task 3 with my client. Here's how to do it. First, add a person property to the database, and I'm going to call mine Can View, but you can call it anything you like. For task 1 and task 3, I'll add my client, Joe at Pop Invoice. This email is a guest, not a member of the workspace. Now go up to the top right of the page and click Share. You'll see a new section called Page Level Access. Here, click Add New Rule, select the Can View property we've just created, and choose Can View from the drop-down list. Then click on the Create Rule button. Notice that the property now has a little yellow key icon at the top, which shows that page level security is active. Now, I want to share this with my client. And to do this, I've already created a project page for them that includes a view of this project task database. So here it is. And on this page, go up to Share and give the client view-only access to the page. I'm not adding them as a team member at this time. They'll just be a free guest. So remember to click Skip. So what does the client see? Here is their view of the page. They can see the database view, but only task 1 and task 3 are visible. They can open up these records, but they can't edit them. Now let's take this one step further. Let's say I want the client to view both task 1 and task 3, but I also want them to be able to edit task 1. Here's how to do it. Go back to the database and add another person property. This time I'm going to call it Can Edit, but you can call it anything you want. For task 1, I'll add the client into this new property. Then, as before, go up to the Share menu, add another page level rule, select the Can Edit property we've just created, set the permission to Can Edit, and click to create the rule. So what happens on the client side now? They can still see task 1 and task 3 as before, but when they open task 1, they can actually edit it. When they open task 3, they can still view it, but they can't edit. Now let's look at another scenario. What happens if your database has a relation to another database that your client doesn't have access to? I'll demo this now. In my task database, I'll add a relation to a notes and documents database. I'll link note 1 to task 1, note 2 to task 2 and note 3 to task 3. So what does the client see? In their view, they can see the new relation property, but instead of showing the linked note, it just says no access. And if they click the note link, it opens a page asking them to request access. What if you do want the client to access those related notes? Here's how. Head over to the Notes and Documents database, and I've already added 2 person properties here can edit and can view. And I'll add the client to the can view property on the notes I want them to view. And for this example, I'll also give them edit access to note 1. Again, go to the top right of the database page, open Share and set up the page level rules. So I'll map the can view property to can view permissions and map the can edit property to can edit permissions. So what does the client see now? Here on their page, on task 1, they can see the related note 1. They can open it and even edit it like this. But on task 3, they can see the related note 3 and they can open it, but they can't edit it. This is really powerful. It lets you get very granular with what you allow your clients to see and edit. One thing to note, if you give a client edit access, you don't have to also give them view access. For example, I'll remove the can view permission for note 1 for our client, but leave them with edit access. I'll do exactly the same in the project task database, and now if we check their view again, the client can still see and edit task 1 and its related note 1, even without explicit view access. There's one more page level access rule worth knowing about. You can set it so that whenever a user creates a record in the database, they automatically get full access to that record. To do this, open the database page, go to Share, add a new page level access rule, choose the Created by property, and set the permission to full access. This works really well if you're giving access to members of your workspace, but in the example today, I've been adding permissions for free guests. At the moment, there's not a clear way of allowing guests to create records in a database if you've restricted their access to the whole database. As soon as Notion updates this, or I figure out a good workaround, I'll make another video and link it in the description. And that's a look at how the new page level security works in Notion 3.0. If you're on the business plan, I definitely recommend testing this out. And if you're not, hopefully this demo helps you see what's possible before you upgrade. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more Notion tips. See you in the next video.